Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for July the 20th. I am going to be pulling one card for overall energy. After that, we'll pull one card for each sign, and we'll see how those predictions work out together throughout the day for each of us. If you know your sun sign, then you can get a little tidbit of information from a quick video like this. If you know your rising sign, and that's your houses, then you can actually pull quite a bit of juice out of something like this. Let's see what we have showing up. Overall energy. Nine of coins coming up in reverse. This card can talk about feeling like you're not exactly fully self-sufficient right now. So it could talk about borrowing money from somebody, potentially, or just feeling like the budget is just really tight, one or the other. And so I'm saying that because it could show up that way in your life, but I'm feeling like that's only a small percentage of my people. I feel like for most of us, this overall energy has to do with the idea of missing a person or maybe a being. You could be missing an animal too. That would also show up on this card. So I feel like for the majority of us, we are missing somebody, missing a being, a person or an animal. Let's take a peek at how this plays out for everybody. What does this have to do with? What else do we need to know about this? Aries. Chariot, you're not missing a person or a being. You're missing you're missing your ability to travel. Right now, you wish you could do some traveling, and there is something that is keeping you from doing the trip that you actually want to do. You may be doing some kind of traveling and some kind of trip, but I feel like if you are, it's sort of a smaller version of what you're really wishing you could do today. For some of you, you could be missing, your travel buddy, but I think for most of you, this is actually about missing that travel that you want to do. Taurus. Three of Cups coming up in reverse. This is kind of funny because this talks about that there was somebody who was kind of an annoyance, actually, in your life, and you're missing their annoyance. You're missing even their stuff, whatever that was that could be annoying. This is funny. This happens. This happens. I will tell you, I grew up in a family with 6 little brothers, and there was always, always, always something noisy happening in the house or in the yard. There was just always stuff going on. When you have that much people together, there's not too many moments that are just peaceful and calm for everybody. And when I first moved out of my parents' house, I moved in with this lady who had a 3-year-old. And I can remember just thinking several times, gosh, kids, you just don't make enough noise. There was just so much, serenity and calmness and peacefulness in that place. And I just was so not acclimated to that or used to that, that there was a day that I pulled the pots and pans out of the cupboards and told him to pretend like he had a drum set and got them all set up. I just needed to have more sound around me. So this can be what that's about, that type of energy where something that used to feel um, troublesome or used to be annoying, used to be something you had to like focus through and kind of like let that distraction be off to the side or something, something somebody did that annoyed you. I think you're missing even the annoying parts of them. All right, next up, let's look at Gemini. Gemini. 10 of clubs coming up in reverse. Hmm. Geminis, once again, not so much about people for you either. I think that you are feeling really hectic with your responsibilities that you have right now. You're feeling like you're just kind of pushing to make it through everything. And you kind of wish, I'm going to say Gemini, you may be kind of having the attitude of, I'm kind of tired of adulting. I would like to be a kid right now, not have any responsibilities, let other people take care of me. It's just because you're carrying so many responsibilities right now and you don't feel like you can let any of them down, pushing yourself pretty hard. So you're missing that ability to put responsibilities down and just be like, yeah, I'm just going to chill today. All right, next up, we're looking at Cancer. Ace of Cups. We had this for our overall yesterday, but it was reversed. Ace of Cups. Cancers, I feel like you may be missing or feeling like you wish you had more in your life of this mm, new relationship type of energy. You may be wishing that, you may be missing the feeling of, oh, I'm just head over heels in love type of feeling. And this can happen for those of us who are single and just kind of wish we were in a relationship feeling that kind of energy. Or this can happen for those of us who have been together with somebody for long enough that it's kind of become ho hum and it's sort of lost the magic and lost the sparkle. So if you're missing that today and you're in that situation, you may want to get creative about how you can bring that sparkle back. For those of you who are single, I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you. Let's see here. Leo. Falling tower showing up here. What's going on? Well, I feel like this is saying that you are suddenly missing somebody. So this can be where you were doing pretty good about not really missing them, and then something like triggered a memory, and it just really brought that intensity back. Um, and this can be about an old relationship that you were in where the person has, you guys have gone your separate ways, and the person is still around on the planet, but, you know, you don't really talk or hang out as much as you used to, or maybe not even at all. And so this is just having something sudden just kind of trip that, oh my gosh, I miss this person. Now, for others of you, this can be more like grief. This can be like, okay, I thought that I had dealt with this grief. I thought that it wasn't going to be this intense ever again. Well, this says that you are suddenly and intensely missing somebody. And it may be somebody who's crossed over that, you know, you kind of thought you were through the worst part of it. And for those of you that this is talking about grief, grief is really tricky. It is really, really tricky. And so you can think that you are done with the most intense part, the part where there's just the wailing inconsolably, the super intense emotions. Um, you can think that's done. There's can be enough time pass that you just think, I'm never gonna forget this person, but I'm also not in so much pain about them not being here. And then a couple of years later, you can be right there, just like it happened yesterday, because grief has this thing where it kind of sneaks up on you sometimes. And if you have a memory that sort of triggers it, whew, it can take you right back. And if that's what's going on for you guys, all I can do is send you a digital hug. It's all temporary. It's all temporary. All right. And do I get to say that? Yes, I get to say that. I lost my significant other October 29th of 2011. I can say that. I can say that I understand. All right, let's look at Virgo. Virgo, what do you have today? Aw, Page of Cups. Something going on where you're missing how somebody normally talks to you, how they maybe your significant other is out of town and you're missing how normally whenever you guys wake up together, the first thing out of their mouths is, "Oh, baby, I love you," or something else. Doesn't have to be that, but there's some kind of expression of love that you're missing, today. Okay. All right. Next up, let's look at Libra. What do we have for Libra? King of Clubs in reverse. That's hilarious. Okay, Libras, you guys are missing somebody who is a little stuck. They have some kind of problem they don't know what to do with. I think maybe they have found some kind of solution to their problem, and you got used to them being around trying to use you as the sounding board for their solution ideas. Now they've actually found a solution. They're moving forward. They're not around using you as a sounding board. And I think you're missing that company and that sense of usefulness or neededness that was coming from that. I feel like you're happy for them that they found a solution. At the same time, you got used to them coming to you with their ideas about how to solve their issues. Interesting stuff there. Let's look at Scorpio. Nine of Swords, really? Really? I know Scorpios are said to have a rough life, but that's kind of ridiculous. This says that we're missing our stress. We're missing our stress. We're missing stressing out about some situation or something. Maybe we actually have a situation coming up where we're not feeling like we're in fight or flight mode, where we're not feeling under pressure for deadlines. This could be actually that we're not feeling under any kind of pressure, and we could be missing it because we feel like that pressure motivates us to get things done, and we may not be really pushing to get anything done without that pressure. So that may be why we're missing our stress. Interesting. Interesting. All right, let's look at Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Three of Swords. Sagittarius, this tells me that whoever you're missing, this is pretty intense. This is pretty intense with that Three of Swords. Really intensely missing somebody. Whether this is somebody that you no longer speak to and is still on the planet, or whether this is somebody who has already crossed over, that we're still in a pretty intense moment here. Capricorn. Capricorn. Empress. Showing up here. Capricorns, there is somebody very close, somebody that you feel very close to, that you're missing today. You're wishing you were able to spend time with them today. Okay, this is somebody that you have a lot of feelings for. Okay, Aquarius. Eight of Clubs. Things are pretty quiet today for you, and you're really missing some of that witty banter or conversation, or maybe even flirtation. You're missing some of those short messages going back and forth between you and other people or some other person, one or the other. And next, Pisces. I had like a third of the deck fall. That's way too many. Pisces. Knight of Coins showing up in reverse. Pisces, you have some new resolve about your budget. You're doing everything you can to make sure that the budget works, and so you're being responsible, not doing any impulse spending. You're making sure you do everything you need to do to bring that money in. I think you're missing the days when you felt like you could do some impulse spending or not be so focused on bringing the money in. Kind of missing that. But you're following through on your resolve and you're doing what you need to do. I feel like you've got a serious goal for your budget and you're working towards that. So just remember, it's worth it. It's worth it. All right, so that's what I've got for everybody today. Thank you all very much for spending some of your precious time with me. Please remember, put a thumbs up on this video, share it out to the world, and put your feedback down below. Let me know how I'm doing. I appreciate that. Of course, I am doing readings and Reiki sessions either over the phone or online today. All you have to do is check out my website to see how all of that works. Also, all my contact information is there if you have any questions or if you want to get a hold of me and get something scheduled. That's the way to do that. And I'll get you taken care of as quickly as I can. Thanks once again, everybody, for being here. Have a fantastic day. Peace out.